must realize you are doomed.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Scoundrel Podcast. Dave and Rich here. And you know what we just got done watching? The first episode of the Chucky series on USA and Sci-Fi. Man, it's a pilot episode. You know, it's hard to kind of judge a pilot episode. I don't know about you, but for me it is, because sometimes it's something in the beginning and then it's drags, and then one thing in the end to try to get you hooked.
Yeah.
Sometimes, because what it is just giving you a whole bunch of a little bit of a backstory, character development. So it's hard to judge pilot episodes of any kind of a series. For me, at least it is. It takes a couple episodes for me to actually get into a series. It even as great as Game of Thrones was, and I'll give you I love Game of Thrones. The first episode was like, oh, okay. It wasn't like it caught me. I had to wait a couple episodes to really get me invested, because really I just saw the beginning. It was like, oh, cool, that's cool. And then on the middle, I'm like, okay, what's kind of going on? It's kind of slow. And then boom, at the end, they give you something to look forward in the next episode. So anyways, that's enough of me rumbling on about that. But we just got finished done watching the first episode of the Chucky series. I'm a big fan of Child's Play. You know, the first two for sure.
Yeah.
Three I
for me
watched.
too.
Three I watched. It was okay, but the first two definitely. Part two actually was my favorite one of all of the Child's Play. I did like The Bride of Chucky. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
For anybody who
hilarious,
says
right?
it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyways, Rich, were you a Child's Play fan at
I
all?
was with the same thing as you, one and two, but after that, I think I just started getting older and it started to become funny to me. It wasn't really
Yeah.
scary that much, but yeah, one and two were definitely my tops. And then after that, it just kind of like veered off, uh, you know, so I kind of fell out of it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just talk about it. Let's dive right into it. All right. We're gonna talk about Chucky, episode one, the pilot episode of the TV series. Um, let's hit it. Let's go with the negatives. Uh, what didn't you like? I was that you didn't like about the series, if anything, at all.
Uh, I would have to say, I mean, the acting wasn't fantastic. It's not like they had any big names in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they tried to push the whole bully aspect with Jake Weaver, the main character, the kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he could never like get his footing. He would always get like either bullied or messed with or throughout the entire episode. So I think those were my two negatives for it. Were just the acting, and they kept pushing that bully aspect on about Jake.
Yeah. My my negative was probably because it was just a slow burn. Yeah, I mean, it is a pilot episode, so it was a
Yeah.
slow burn. You really didn't get anything until the end, like of something really meaningful happening. I guess I don't want to really spoil it for people if they haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You know, meaningful that really happened at the end. So they teased you here and there, you know, like they do sometimes on even in the movies, but they're teasing you here and there. But man, I would say it was just a little bit of a slow burn. But I was expecting it. It's a pilot episode, and it is cable, everybody. But yeah, I mean, it was
But
yeah,
we were a little surprised for what they did with just being on cable.
yeah.
Like you
Well, let's
said,
just
yeah, I don't
yeah.
want to give away too much, but
Well, you know what?
this
You know
is
what? The what cable allowed, there was a lot of swearing on here. There's
uh
some words I was surprised they used,
yeah.
and it wasn't. And when I say they dropped a couple f bombs, I mean not just one. I mean a couple,
Yeah.
and I was surprised they let it happen on cable TV. So I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, you know, it was. I was fine with it, but
Yeah.
if you're not into that, or if you got little ones who want to watch it with you because it's on cable, you know, just
Yeah.
be warned. There are some words in there that I was shocked that they let on cable, but I don't know. But it wasn't a negative for me per se. But I guess we can get into the positives. I mean, positive is they got the original voice actor from the original Child's Play. I
Yeah.
don't know about you, man. Whenever I heard that first time Chucky laughing, I had a grin on my face.
Yeah.
I started cheesing. I'm like, oh my god, it just sounded like the original one. The
Yeah.
the the laugh. I'm just like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
So I mean that was pretty cool. We finally get you in. That kind of got me in when I heard his laugh, to be honest with you. What got you in?
Yeah, it was nice to hear like the original voice for Chucky. But honestly, I liked that they didn't go 100% like horror with it. Like there's a couple comedy parts,
Oh yeah.
they'll get you laughing. So I'm glad that they're not like going 100% like, gore. Well, so far I know it's a pilot episode, but they're taking a different spin with it because people they know people who are nostalgic with this series, they're grown now. They find this stuff funny. Like it's not scary to them
Mm-hmm.
anymore. So it's
Yes.
like they're catering a little bit to the original viewers that or original fans of Chucky.
Yeah. I mean, but you had some good character development. I mean, with even though it was negative on how much they were poo-pooing on the kid, but there's some backstory with him and with his pops and his whole family and his whole thing that's going on.
Yeah.
I guess it's too. They're in the town where Charles Lee Ray, aka Chucky, was from, and they just showed you one flashback of him as a child there
Yeah.
with his mother, I believe. But yeah, I mean, not a whole lot really happened per se until like the end, and the ending was cool. The ending was cool.
So
Um,
we can put like spoiler alert right here. That way we don't like blow it.
all right,
But
go ahead, put it on there.
yeah.
Spoiler alert.
But how did you feel? How did you feel about how the series seems to be like headed towards? Like, do you like the direction they're going in? The way they ended the pilot episode?
Um, well, they ended it with the flashback of him and
Yeah,
his
the
mom.
flashback.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna get more backstory
Yeah, more
of
backstory of
Chucky.
him.
Yeah, why he's because before he was turned into that, he was sadistic and
Yeah,
crazy. So you want to see what happened to him as a child to where he acts the way he acts, I
yeah.
guess. Kind of like what he's kind of like what's that word? Oh my god, I can't think of the word.
Just think.
Grooming.
Uh,
He's kind of grooming this kid right now too, if you really think about it.
yeah,
It sounds like he's trying to groom this kid like maybe how he was groomed,
yeah.
So I don't
That's
know.
where I got it. That's what I got out of it because it just seems like he's not trying to hurt the kid, but what he is trying to do is get all the people that mess with him out of his way, which kind of
Mhm.
reminds me of like Death Note with Ryuk.
Oh yeah.
He would he would do stuff for the kid. Anything that Jake, anyone that messes with Jake, he wants to get them out of the way, and he's like working with him. He's not trying to actually actually trying to hurt Jake. He just wants to get the people out of his way.
hmm But yeah, I mean, as far as the pilot episode, it was okay.